Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with InvestFourMore. I'm standing outside a house flip that we are currently working on, just now getting to it. This is a cheap one that we bought a couple months ago for $100,000, really cheap for our area in northern Colorado. And that's one reason why it's been kind of sitting here, because it is one of our cheaper projects. We've got a lot of other projects going on, so we tend to kind of take our time on the cheaper ones because it costs us less money to hold those as far as financing costs, carrying costs, all of that. So we're finally getting to this one. Has a lot of problems, so a whole lot of problems. So we're gonna talk about those, the siding, the foundation, the roof, the inside, the kitchen, the bath, a lot of craziness going on here. We're finding out now there was a reason why it was so cheap. So we'll show you the house, talk about the numbers, and what our plans are for that. Of course, check out InvestFourMore.com for much more information on our flips, rentals, being an agent, all of that great stuff, and Amazon. We have 9 books on there, so make sure you check that out if you want more in-depth information on our flipping. All right, let's take a look at the house. All right, so here's the house. We've come to a lot of surprises that we didn't know were here. And I am using a new stabilizer for my camera. So if anything gets crazy, I apologize in advance. But here's the house, and it looks much different than it looked before when we first bought it. We took out that wall right there. There's kind of a, whoop, see, I told you it's going crazy. A wall in between the kitchen and the living room. And so there's this tiny kitchen right here. And obviously we're gutting it, getting rid of it. But we thought it opened things up to remove that wall. Whoops, now I'm running things over. But the issue is, like, it feels smaller now than when we had the wall up. Like, this is such a tiny house. And it only had 1 bedroom when we bought it. We hope to make it have 2, but it's just been really tough trying to figure out a floor plan, what to do here. And on top of that, you can see we have done some new windows and some different things, but the construction is a little crazy. I don't know if you can see back here. Our dumpster is not here yet. That's why everything is in the house. I had like the screen door spring thing, and I was punching through the wall a little bit. I punched all the way through that wall to the outside because the walls are so rotten in here. And you can see it all over, just all this extra. The new 2x4s had to be added because those are so rotten and weak. And as we go across the rest of the property, you can kind of see the same thing right here. Just the house is crumbling. And that's the outside right there. So, yeah. So we're trying to figure out the best strategies for here. Obviously, this is 1 bedroom, but then the thinking is, you know, it had a door right there, another door right here, but then where do you put your bed? Because this room is 7 feet wide. So we were thinking, well, we remove this door, then we have that door over there, or we remove that door over there, and we have a door here. It's just things we're trying to figure out as far as the layout. It's kind of a crazy house. And I'll show you outside, but if you can see that window, looks like it's sloping down a bunch. That's because it is, because back there's really no foundation. Right there behind the house, I'll show you something else interesting I found while I was here. So yeah, lots of crazy stuff going on. And so then I was also thinking, hey, this living room feels so tiny now. If we have a kitchen in here, it's gonna feel even tinier. What if we just put the kitchen in here? So this is kind of just a wasted space room before. You've got your laundry there. Basically, that's all it is a giant laundry room. So we could, you know, even though we've already put that window in, we could take that window out, you know, put a smaller window, a higher window. That's our only source of heat. Maybe we put electric baseboard heat in the house, and then we have more space for cabinets, counters, and is it possible to move our laundry, maybe even to the living room where we have, you know, a stackable washer and dryer right here. So those are things we're thinking about right now in trying to come up with, because this house is crazy and built really horrible. Yeah, fall through the floor just a little bit right there. And then if it wasn't small enough already, they made it smaller. Over here, you can see they just built the wall out like a foot. And yeah, we had a water shut off right there, but there's no need to take a foot of your bathroom away when there's already so little room here. And the same thing over here. They took another, 8 inches or foot off. That's the old shower tile from before. And I don't know why they did that, but they just decided, look, there's old wallpaper even behind that. So they keep shrinking the house. It's a tiny house. You can't shrink the tiny house more. So we've got a possible kitchen here, possible bigger living room back there, and then right here is our other bedroom. We're gonna hopefully, I don't know what to say about this house, but hopefully we'll have a nicer, bigger bedroom back here. Just have to put a closet somewhere. So I think the plan right now is to gut a lot of this drywall, sheetrock, see what we have behind it, fix a lot of the rotten wood, get rid of the mold. Supposedly there might even be higher ceiling up there, which would be really nice, but we'll have to see about that. I don't know if we want to tear out all of that too. Maybe move the kitchen, redo the bathroom, and we'll have a brand new house that's somewhat more functional than it is right now. So we'll see. Right now, let's go take a look at the outside and see all the craziness going on out there. So here we are outside. And so obviously we have some issues, like this is all asbestos siding, most likely. And as you can see, it's really beat up. So we've had asbestos siding before, and a lot of people think asbestos is horrible, and it is if it's ground up and inhaled. It can cause cancer, all kinds of stuff. But if you don't disturb it, it's really not that dangerous. So we've had asbestos siding houses before where we've replaced this piece of siding or two, painted it, been good. This one has so many broken pieces, I don't know if we can do that. So we have a couple options. We can leave it and do siding over it. We can try to fix all the pieces that are broken, or we can tear it all off and then re-side it. But if you tear it all off, then you've got to do asbestos abatement. It's a whole other process. It's much more expensive. So in our town, we're allowed to dispose of a 50-gallon barrel of asbestos without any special permits or rules or anything. So our option is probably to side over it for right now, but that's something we have to think about. Like I said before, we have some issues back here. Right here, mostly. Again, that's the amazing window right there. But I thought something was weird in the kitchen. It sloped so bad. And you come back here, and there's literally no foundation under there. So that's just nothing, just space. And that's why that part of the house has not shrunk, but sunk so much. So that's an issue. Obviously, the roof up there has some truss issues or trust issues, one of the two. I have some trust issues with myself about buying this house right now. There's just a lot going on, but it's cheap. It was a cheap house. We bought it for $100,000 when the median value here in Greeley is $330,000 right now. So I mean, it's still probably a $200,000 house. If we get all this done, we'll probably still make money, but so it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of different things to make that happen. And right here you can see this is where, oh boy, doing it again. I had punched through the wall with the screen door thing. Was not expecting it. I'm like, oh, this wood looks kind of rotten. Yep, it sure was. It was really rotten. Went all the way through. So, yeah. There's our one heat source right now, which actually does an okay job of heating the house, but not amazing. And then the back side over here. So, Nikki's here, Jared, our contractor's here. We're all just kind of talking about what options we have, what we can do to make this a little better floor plan, a little better usable house, and something people would like to live in, not something that's going to fall down pretty soon. So we'll see how all of that goes. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate all your support, the likes, the comments, so keep those coming. This is my first video I've done with this new gimbal stabilizer, so I feel like I was a little bit distracted and not quite on my A game, but let me know what you think, if the video is better, worse. Hopefully you ignored all the wrong panning going up when I meant to go down and all of that, but I'm trying to make a smoother video for you guys. So again, thanks a lot. We'll be back with many more videos coming up here soon, and let us know what you thought.